Okay, we're on.
Awesome. Okay, so very, very good evening to everybody, wherever you are in the world. Very warm welcome to our, my favorite call of the week, actually, our Gen Y call. We're calling in from all over the world. We have New York, Tenerife, England, Scotland, oh my gosh, other places in America. We have so many places on this call right now, and we're really just a group of people that really want to better our lives in some way, shape, or form, and we've found a solution. So we really would love to share that with you. So as young entrepreneurs, we understand the challenge of having to spread yourself thin between school or one or more jobs in the attempts of building your future. We also understand how trying not to be left with more months at the end of the money can really feel like giving up on your dream is the only option. We end up giving up on quality time with our family, on the people that we really love, and making our experience and ongoing things like experiences like holidays and, you know, time out from work, because you think, oh God, that's not going to make me money. So we don't have enough money, we don't have enough time, or both, if you're in many situations, especially a lot of people on this call. Me, oh my gosh, can't wait to share with you. We have a strong work ethic. You know, we're Gen Y. A lot of people take for granted, I think, our generation, but actually, you know, it's incredible kind of like what we're doing. And we also feel the need, we also want to feel accomplished. You know, we want to feel like fulfilled in what we're doing in life. We want something that gives us passion and a sense of purpose. So I am going to first introduce a really dear friend of mine that I'm really blessed that I just got to spend 2 weeks with in Tenerife. So I'm very, very, very honored to have him on tonight's call because his story is amazing. So Marcin, I said your name right. Did you see? I've been practicing. Marcin is a freelance documentary video maker and is a video editor. Oh my gosh. Originally from Poland. He loves meeting new people, traveling the world and telling stories with his camera. He lived in London for 7 years where he tried almost all the positions available in hospitality industry before discovering the passion for filmmaking and a healthy lifestyle. He also is a diabetic, which puts an extra requirement in his lifestyle choices to look after his health. And he was first introduced to this opportunity 2 years ago after after a lot, I think, of skepticism, what I've heard from him, he decided to finally give it a go. And since last year, he lives in Tenerife, working remotely, helping others to improve their lifestyle, and is able to choose the projects that he works on. So, very warm welcome, Marcin. Thank you for speaking on our call.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Tasha, for introducing me. I'm very happy and pleased to be here for the first time, but hopefully not the last. So thank you very much for having me. So like my story says, I'm a diabetic for more than 20 years now, and that put a lot of stress on me in terms of my nutrition and in terms of how I felt, really. So I was introduced to this idea, to this plan about 2 years ago. Like Tasha mentioned, I was quite skeptical, but luckily my girlfriend was a little bit less skeptical, and she just said, you know, I think you're gonna try it, and you're gonna try it, basically, this plan. And, you know, I didn't question too much. I said, okay, I believe you. You know, you want good for me, you want good for us. So I gave it a go. And, you know, I honestly wasn't aware how good I'm supposed to be feeling every day. It's crazy when you lack some kind of nutrition, you know, you have a gap somewhere in nutrition and you just don't know. I mean, me particularly as a diabetic is a story of, you know, always sort of looking what I can eat, what I cannot eat. And I was lacking a lot. So thanks to her, I improved my nutrition massively. I realized that I'm designed to feel good. I'm designed to have energy. And that was a huge wow in my life. She was also very open-minded to the business idea, and you know, when she saw how much it changed our lives in terms of health, she said, "Okay, I'm gonna, you know, give it a go with the business." I was sort of watching and from behind and always thinking, "Okay, what is this? What's she gonna do?" But you know, it's no brainer. Eventually, I looked how much it changed her life. Like, she's also a freelancer and works in photography. So the thing in this industry is the work is unreliable. You really want to do only the projects that you love, but you cannot because they don't pay often. So having that extra source of income that is helping other people to, you know, to better lives in terms of nutrition, in terms of just being independent, it really, again, blew my mind when I was watching from side. And I decided to join her business, where it's our business now in a way. And and I started building it as a part-time, and I still do my freelance job, and I still love making my films, but I have freedom to choose some of the projects that I don't want. I just say no to. And that's one of the best things, when you can say to you can only dedicate your creative mind to the things that you want to, not the things that people tell you, well, hey, you have to do it because you gotta, I don't know, you have to pay rent, you have to buy food and things like that. So yeah, like I said, I was very skeptical, and I regret that in a way that I didn't try it earlier. But it's never too late to try. And for me, yeah, it's been a great journey. We moved to Tenerife 6-7 months ago with intention of staying 3 months. We decided to stay 1 year. I mean, I travel to London every month almost, and live the life that I was kind of hoping to do. So finally, I have it. Yeah, like I said, that's my story pretty much in a brief. I'm gonna pass the call to Joe, who I believe is in Scotland. And Joe is a full-time single mom of 2 crazy toddlers. After battling for years with depression and anxiety, and years of surviving of very little from the government due to no support in terms of childcare, meaning she couldn't go out and work to provide, she decided to take back control of her life, health, and finances, and change her children's lives for better as well. She hopes to inspire and empower other moms out there to live their best lives and share their healthy lifestyles with their children, so that they develop a healthy relationship with food and health. Joe, it's your turn.
Hi. My brain's gone completely blank. Yes, so like Martin said, I decided to say yes to this business because my life was literally going nowhere. I was barely getting by day to day. And like what was said, I was surviving off of money that I would get from the government because I couldn't go out and physically work because I couldn't get anyone to watch my children for me. So, yeah, there were occasions where I would have to go without food myself so that my children could eat. I would have to go without things so that I could afford to pay for their new shoes, new clothes, things that they needed to survive and stuff. And I have had anxiety and depression for a large portion of my life, and I really needed to change something. And I was presented with this opportunity to join the business, but I originally said no a few times. I didn't think I would do very well in this business. I didn't think that I would get anywhere with it. I didn't think it would work for me until the straw that broke the camel's back. I eventually reached out to the girl that offered it to me and said, yes, I will do this. I need to do this now, immediately, if not sooner. And since saying yes, I honestly cannot explain how much more positive my outlook on life is. And I now have an opportunity to provide for my children, which warms my heart because I'm not the kind of person, I don't want to sit on my backside all day, every day, just wait until they go to school so that then I can go out and work, because that wouldn't be till 2019, and I'm not sitting another 2 years like this. No. So that's why I said yes to the business. And with the products, I've been on them for about 2 months now, and I was really skeptical. I knew vaguely what they could do for people, but I was excited to figure out what they would do for me, and the differences I've noticed are amazing. They've helped with my skin. I suffered for years with stress-induced eczema, which is like really dry skin. It would be horrible. I would have a shower, it would burn, it would itch like crazy, and nothing would take the itch away at all. And since taking the products, I've had no signs of eczema. I also suffered quite badly with acne due to poor diet, because whenever I did get to eat, it wasn't really what we should eat. A lot of cake and chocolate, because that's what I think a lot of mums would go for, some cake and chocolate. So I get fewer acne breakouts, which is great. And energy levels is something that I really struggled with. I have two very, very rowdy toddlers. They'll be 3 and 4 in October. So they take up a lot of energy, and now I have the energy to keep up with them. I'm also a lot less grumpy and short-tempered because I'm not as sluggish and not really wanting to move around as much, which is great. And it's also improved my sleep. I have better quality of sleep. So when I eventually fall asleep, the quality of that is so much better. I sleep throughout the night now. It's not so disturbed anymore. And which seems to have had a bit of a knock-on effect with my depression, to the point that my doctor is taking me off of my antidepressants after 3 years. And I'm so happy about that, which has also had a knock-on effect with my confidence and my self-esteem, which is great. I mean, I posted on our self-love group yesterday a picture of myself with my mummy belly in all its glory and all my stretch marks and my wobbly thighs and my wonky boobs, and I didn't care because I was finally like happy with how I looked. I mean, I'll still try and improve it, but for once in my life I was actually happy with myself as a person and the way that I was. I'm getting a bit sidetracked now, but anyway, I'm also going to talk about the child health study because I have children, and these products have helped mainly my eldest child. He was a very fussy eater. He would turn his nose up at food that I put in front of him. He'd be like, I'm not eating that. That's wrong. I want a biscuit or I want crisps. But now he will eat whatever I put in front of him. He will clean his plate sometimes, which is great. He's under assessment for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and I've noticed a difference in the type of energy that he has. He's very less aggressive and destructive with his energy. He's putting it into focusing on things he likes to do. Like, he loves Lego. He will sit and play with Lego. Otherwise, before he would get frustrated and throw things everywhere, break things. And he also drinks a lot more water, which is amazing. So yeah. And my daughter's never had much of an issue anyway. And that is pretty much my story. 1 second. I am going to introduce the lovely Molly. Molly is a retired college soccer player and now a weight room junkie. By trade, she's a travelling intensive care nurse, and by choice, she's an entrepreneur. She believes that healthy living is a journey and that every meal is a choice. She's on a mission to inspire, educate, and empower every person to eat healthier and live a better life. So over to you.
Thank you. Hey guys, my name's Molly. Appreciate that awesome introduction. So yes, I am a traveling nurse. And I was a college athlete and all that fun stuff. And so a couple of things I want to talk about today and why I love our Gen Y group specifically is, whenever I came out of college and I was done playing soccer, I felt a little lost. And I don't know if anybody else has felt this way before, but, in school I had my team. I hung out with them. We did everything together. And then I had an extra year of nursing school. And from there, my friends had moved on, and I kind of, I joined the adulting world, I suppose. But I still just didn't really find my niche. And so the really cool thing I love, especially about our Gen Y community, is that I get to connect with these people all the time. It really feels like you're coming home. You have a community of like-minded people, and it's really cool to be able to connect with them and to cheer each other on and just have that really team mentality. And so that's one of the biggest things for me. Another reason why I love this business and I love this community is because I have a serious travel problem. It's become pretty bad lately. Last week, I spent a week and a half in Croatia on a yacht with my friends. And that was, it was nice that I had the luxury to be able to go and do that. But, I came home now. That was a week and a half that I wasn't working. And then I got home, was home for a day and a half, and then I drove across the country. And now I'm in my new home in Arizona. But the great thing is that I have this business to support me and to allow me to finance my travel addiction. So yeah, those are just a couple things that I love about this community. I get to connect with people all over the world, and there's so much beauty in that. Making these connections and harboring these friendships and cultivating this community. So I just encourage anyone, if you're thinking about it, we would love to have you join us. That's kind of all I have right now. So I'm going to throw it over to Sylvia. Sylvia is from Italy, but she lives in New York with her husband and their 2 cats. She's a makeup artist who worked for 10 years in retail as manager and has completely transformed her life over the past year. She suffered with eating disorders for 9 years, and she's now extremely passionate in inspiring others to be healthy and fit for life. She's on a mission to help others designing and owning their own lives, showing them a way to work smarter instead of harder. You're up, Sylvia.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Molly. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your stories. I don't know if you can you see me, guys? I don't know. Okay, thanks. I don't know. I have some problems with my laptop today, but it's fine. So, yeah, my name is Silvia. I live in New York. I'm from Italy. I moved here a couple of years ago. I was at the point in my life where, okay, I'm a makeup artist. I love working in makeup. I worked for 7 years in the makeup industry, in a makeup company, but I wasn't working as an artist. I was working as manager. I was working as trainer. I was growing in the company. I used to have a good job, or at least what other people thought it was a good job, because I had a good salary, I had a safe job, and I was growing. I had promotions. They sent me over here, so I had good opportunities with my job. What's the truth, though, the truth that most of the people couldn't see from outside is that I wasn't feeling accomplished. I felt like I wasn't moving any forward, any closer to my goals every day. I was working there for 7 years. It was supposed to be a temporary job because I started when I was 22. And then last year I turned 30 and I'm like, this temporary is being a bit too long for me. And I felt I wasn't really moving any closer to where I wanted to be. But what really scared me, and I say scared me seriously, is that if I thought of myself in 5 years from now, I could just see myself exactly where I was. Maybe with one promotion, maybe with $100 like every 2 weeks in the pocket, but not really anywhere different from where I was. And that really scared me because I realized time was really flying and I wasn't doing anything to build my life. I was working myself to the ground just to be what other people told me I had to be. I was supposed to be. And that wasn't making me happy. Also, if any of you has worked in retail, you work crazy hours, you work nights, you work weekends, you work holidays, and you give up on so many things. So I don't even think about the fancy things, but the most simple things. How many barbecues I missed, how many days at the beach I missed, how many birthdays and family birthday I missed, how many lunches or dinners with the family I missed. They're really simple things. But I was always working, and I felt I was giving up on really too much. And when I got to know the business, when I got to know the community, I saw something in that. I saw that that could be the key to me, the vehicle to start building something different. So I started while I was working full-time. I was working 60 hours a week, 3 hours commute every day. But in that moment, my life had changed already because I was using that half an hour in my lunch break. I mean, I used to spend my lunch break on this, just scrolling through the FaceTime on Facebook, on the timeline of Facebook. I just realized that I could have used that half an hour on my phone in a different way, in a more productive way, to start building something for myself. And that completely changed my mindset already. What happened actually exceeded my expectation, because after 8 months, I quit my job. I quit my full-time good job, and I went full-time on my business. Full-time, it's not really appropriate because it's something that I do while I live. So it's something that I decide when I want to do. I decide where I want to do it. I get to travel, to spend time with my family, to spend time with the people I love. And that's something completely different from a job. It's just another lifestyle. And for me, it's so rewarding, not only on the money side. Of course, we need money. We need money to do stuff, so it's fine. But on the personal side is just so rewarding, because you really get to help other people to take control over their health, over their life, to design their life they want, to reach their own goals. And that is really the most rewarding thing for me. And I finally have that feeling when I get up in the morning. I'm like, I want to do this. What can I do today? How can I do better today? And that's something that I completely didn't know what what meant when I was working in my corporate job. So that makes life so more significant, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna pass over. This is my story very quickly, but I hope you can all really experience what I'm saying, because it's so powerful when you actually get to live it. That I feel just so blessed to be here and to be part of this community. So I'm gonna pass over to my friend Tasha, that I actually met through the business, and she's from London, but she's an international model. So I actually got to meet her last winter when she was here in New York for her modeling career. And she founded this movement which is called Model Me, and she's really passionate about inspiring other people and showing other people how they can live at their higher potential. And also what I love about her is that she's really whole heart, and she's so passionate about encouraging other people to live better and to have better relationship with their body image, and that means a lot to me. So Tasha, I'm gonna pass over to you.
Hi everybody, thanks so much. I'm going to warn you now, this might be an emotional one. I can already sense it now. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is really emotional. I've never cried on this Zoom call before. So I don't really know where to begin really with my story. I had actually made notes, and now I'm like this. I'm like, so my story really, I suppose what I'll focus on is the modeling aspect, which is really what has hit me home a lot lately. So I started modeling about a year and a half ago. And I was scouted, and when I was first scouted, I was scouted for a different agency, and they told me that I needed to lose an inch off my hips and an inch off my waist. And at the time I was very healthy. I didn't exercise, but I was very healthy, and I had enough confidence to just like really not think much about that. And oh my gosh. And I ended up getting signed with a very different agency, and they have been amazing to me. I'm very blessed to be assigned with this agency. I've had a really fantastic year and a half as a model. I'm very, honored to say that I have done lots of different campaigns, and I'm signed in New York and LA and Milan. It's been amazing. But I have always been a really positive person anyway. I've always, worked really hard at what I do. And I used to be a waitress for 9 years of my life. I quit in October because of this business, and I really had a desire, like many other people on this call, to travel. And waitressing was never going to give me that life. It was, something that constantly took up all my time. The hours were very inconsistent. I worked always on holidays like New Year's Eve, Easter, you name it. All my friends would be out partying, and I would always be working. If you got cancelled from a shift at work, you also didn't get paid for that. So I used to love getting cancelled and used to hate my paycheck at the end of the month, and hated them wishing away those hours. And I really, really enjoyed being around people. I always really loved the people environment. I always really loved that community spirit. And full hands in, full hands, in the kitchen, you'd say, full hands in, full hands out kind of style. And I loved that. And modeling is very, very different to that, but it is similar in some ways, which I just actually realized as I was making my notes. So modeling is similar in the sense it's very inconsistent hours, it's very inconsistent pay. But the most important thing about modeling is it's extremely mentally draining. It's even in a form, someone called it bullying to me yesterday, which actually I can see why they would say that. They're not in the industry though, and I think when you're not in our industry, in the creative industry, whether you're a videographer or a photographer or a makeup artist, you see a very different world to what the outside world actually think our industry is like. Especially as a model, people think, oh God, it's so glad you get to fly all over the world. And I'm like, yeah, honey, it was great. I went to Milan. This really happened to me. I went to Milan at the beginning of this year, and on my second day in Milan, I was told that I was disgusting and a waste of space, and basically like, why was I alive? And I was really made to feel like the scum of the bottom of someone's shoe. They told me that because I gained 3 centimeters in my hips, that I now was worth nothing, and I now was a complete letdown to my whole agency in Milan. And I was mortified because all I did was work out over freaking Christmas. I was like, what? I was mad, but I was more upset than I was mad. And I went through a very dramatic few weeks, especially few days really. And then I, continued to basically starve myself for 6 weeks. And the reason, I suppose why my vision and why Model Me is such an incredible movement to me right now is because the products that we have within our business that we're all a part of really are the reason I'm still standing today, because my health has not prevailed to a point where I am sick and I've been in hospital, which has happened to me before, because I am someone that if I stop eating, I'm in hospital because I just become very sick. So because of this incredible product, my skin stayed clear. I still had good energy about me. You know, I could still turn up to castings. I still was able, after my time and coming back to England, I was able to get back into a normal, healthy eating pattern, which I still mentally have to keep a track of, because it's insane what one person's opinion can do to you. So actually now, you know, the products had already helped me a lot with my back. I have adolescent scoliosis, and you know, I used to get pain, wake up 5 nights a week in pain, and now I sleep through the night every night. So you know, my health has changed a lot already with this product, but from a modeling perspective, it's changed my life more than I ever would imagine. And you know, really as a business opportunity, what we're building right now, each of us individually with our own movement, and you know, mine just so happens to be called Model Me, but you know, we all have different movements, and because we all resonate with different things, but we all come together because we all have the same dream, the same vision, that we want more out of this life than a 9-to-5 job. I'm not saying a 9-to-5 is a bad job. It's a fantastic way of business. It's a brilliant way to get paid. But for me and for everybody on this call, that's not the way that we intend to live our life for the next 40 years. And we see a better way, and we see a better solution. So, you know, I'm blessed to say I've spent the last 9 weeks traveling over America and Europe, and traveling really fixed me. It really made me realize who I was again, and it really gave me back, because I was very lost in myself, and it took me a really long time to realize that. And traveling really made me who I am again. So I'm so grateful that because of this business, I was able to go traveling, and I was able to take time out of my modeling career, because as a waitress, I could never have done that. So really, what we just want to share with you this call, I've never been emotional on a call. I don't know what's wrong with me. What we want to share with you on this call is really, what if this could be something for you? Like, what if is, ask yourself just what if, like whatever you dream of, whatever you want in this life, just ask yourself, what if I could do that? What if this could be the vehicle to take you closer to where you want to be in your life, to pursue your real goals, to help you have freedom to express yourself as a unique individual that you really are, to really collect experiences that you want for yourself, to plan and build your future without being held back from really big, you know, financial worries. I've been there where I've had no month at the end of the money, and it isn't nice, you know. What if this could help you be something while you achieve your dream career, like I am with my modeling career? It does not financially support me, so I have this business that does, you know, to really reach financial freedom, whatever that might mean to you. And you know, really, if not this, then what? Because you've got to find something out there that really makes you feel fulfilled and full of desire and hope and passion, because like life is so short, you just never know when it's going to get taken from you. And the second question I want to leave you with is, if not now, then when? If you aren't going to make the decisions today, tomorrow, like, you know, to really take ownership of your life, then when are you going to do it? Don't sit around and wait till next year till you've got £1,000 more in the bank and, you know, you've lived in a more secure area. Like, sod that. My last week has been absolutely mental. I've been living out of suitcases, and blessed to have friends that have put me up in London. I haven't even securely got my house yet, but I've still done this business every day, and I've still put myself out there, because there are so many people out there that need our help. There are people out there that are looking for a better way, and we have this as a gift in our hands, and to not share this is really, in my opinion, I tell myself, if you don't share this, you're being selfish. So I connect with people on a daily basis just by being myself. This is your choice. You know, you can do nothing from this, and that's totally fine. This is your decision. It's your life. And if that means that in 5 years' time, you're where you want to be in your life, then great. But for me and for many people on this call, when we looked at this business and we sat and had a think, and I thought as a model, like, in 5 years' time, is this how I really want my life to look? And I don't want to struggle financially for 5 years. I want to kill it in my own career as an entrepreneur and make my own stand in this world, and be a girl that's like really taking ownership of who she is in entrepreneurship. So I'm not desperate when I turn up for the model jobs and I need that £2,000 campaign from one day. I don't need that. I want to do it, so I'll do it, but I don't need that. And people don't sense that desperation from me, and I really believe that's why I am successful in the way I am as a model. You know, you really can take control of your life, and I really just encourage you, whatever it is in your life that you want to do, just go out there and do it. Don't waste another day sitting and thinking on it, because you just never know what might happen to you tomorrow. And you want to know, and you want to leave a legacy that every single day, no matter what, you did what it took to really live a life that was really of the best ability that you could. So Thanks everybody for sharing. I've calmed down now. Thanks everybody for sharing and everybody for joining. And if you want to invite a friend and bring them along next week, we'd be honored to have them on board with us as well. And please, like, give us some feedback on what you thought of the call, because this is a brand new call that we only started a few weeks ago, really. And, you know, we're expanding and thinking about how we can, you know, help other people from all over the world, because this is something that we can build in every country. So why not is the question. But otherwise, I'm going to say ciao, ciao for now from cold London. Bye, guys.